just a girl and she's on fire, hotter than a fantasy.
Right about now, to take us further in this conference this afternoon is a phenomenal lady. She is a renowned spoken word poet and a leading voice in Delta State. Her passion for poetry has led her to spearhead the poetry revolution in her region and establish Echoes, an organization aimed at promoting the arts and its relevance in society. She has organized and hosted several successful editions of Echoes and an online poetry event known as Chants and Poetry. She is married to the very prestigious Pastor Gabriel Mission. Please, with a round of applause, let's receive Mrs. Gabriel Blessing.
I've known Esther Paul for a decade or so. Where is she?
I'm here.
Hello. I've known her for like a decade, and if there is anyone that I've witnessed evolve over time, is Esther Paul. I need you to stand. Please stand and give this woman a round of applause. Seriously, I thought that coming here, I'm just going to say that, Ugiri is a very one kind of place. Like, I thought I was going to see, thank you, don't mind me. I thought I was going to see just chunks of people, but the hall is full. And when I came in, there was no space. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to her and her development process. Please again celebrate her. Thank you. Wow. All right, you can have a seat. Who am I? Just a mere mortal, I'm standing here and I'm going to be talking in front of people that I regard and respect with all my heart, starting from Mr. Pennell, from Auntie Vera, from Mr. Fimoni. People I love and respect. I'm so honored to be here. Okay, I have a very, very short time. And like I keep saying, one of the best words, my best words, or rather one of the best words in dictionary. Again, please celebrate Gloria. Kai. I'm sorry I missed the section, but this is one lady I hold so dear to my heart, and I'm grateful for everything that is happening in her life. We have a long way to go there. I'm so proud of you and honored. Don't do this one. Now it's calm. Please celebrate Gloria. Thank you. Okay, I like gist. Okay? But I'm going to try as hard to not gist so we could talk. Right? Right. I love response for Kai. Huh? Alright?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Don't worry, I don't need the ma'am. Alright. Is my slide ready? This is not my real face, so where's the slide? Okay, I'm just going to ask you to ask your neighbor, how are you? No, like look at your neighbor in his or her eyes and ask the person, how are you? What's the person's response? You're fine, Abby. Don't be lying. There's something in you that is making you not fine. But the general response when you are asked, how are you, is I'm fine, right? That's the random response we get from every person. I have been given the topic, handling emotion and peer pressure. I don't know how Esther Paul knew that I had lots of peer pressure growing up. The Holy Spirit or whoever ministered that to you, God bless the person. I don't know how she knew, but I'm honored to talk about this, and I'm grateful to God. Please help me to celebrate my husband in Essential. If he didn't permit me, I would have not come. Okay. Yes, I had to start with asking yourselves, how are you? Because that question is one of the major triggers when it comes to checking our emotions. This conference has been tagged Evolve. And evolve has to do with we growing from a particular space or a particular level from one step to another, okay? And that has to do with handling your emotions from time to time. Like a baby's emotion grows as baby becomes a toddler, and then the baby becomes a child, and then the baby enters into adolescence, and then that same baby becomes an adult. In that developmental process, both biologically and every other aspect, there are certain emotions that comes together that we express or that we receive in, that we form you into the entity that you are as a human being. Okay? All right. So our introduction, I don't know where my slides are showing. Okay. So our introduction is, I have barely 20 minutes, so I'm going to run pretty fast. All right. So our introduction, to start with, we live in a world where there are millions of energies and vibes running through like a whirlwind. We know a whirlwind, that's wind that just blows and it's very dangerous, especially with the Generation Z effect. Is it up now? Okay, sorry. I'll continue. We live in a world where there are millions of energies and vibes running through like a whirlwind, especially with the Generation Z effect. How many of us have heard of the word Generation Z? I mean, it's flying everywhere, especially with the Generation Z effect. However, your ability as a human to harness and utilize these energies to your own advancement makes you a master and a unique entity. As you evolve in life, as you enter different stages, your ability to master whatever emotions come to you, whatever life throws at you, or whatever you give to life, or whatever you put yourself into, your ability to hold it together and master it, it makes you a unique entity. Okay? Alright, for the record, there are certain things that we are feeling right now. Some of you might have gotten angry before you got here. Some of us, let me not be so personal. Some of us might have, maybe our hearts were broken, maybe we're hungry. I mean, we have different feelings that would have led to different emotions, but we are all sitting here quiet and looking at this teen human being in front of you. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, in as much as we have thousands and millions of emotions whirling up, like if you leave me now and I open up a part of my brain, there's a certain emotion that we bring out, and you will not believe that it's this woman that's speaking to you. Okay, or rather, some of us are calm people, but there is somewhere that they will touch. Have you not heard somebody say, "Don't touch this part"? Like, don't push me to the wall. If you push me to the wall, you will be very surprised with what I'm going to do to you. I mean, those are combination of emotions, but your ability to put them together and make use of it, channel that energy, channel the anger, channel the excitement, channel the joy, channel whatever you feel to a positive response, makes you a master. It makes you someone phenomenal. It makes you someone outstanding. And another thing, it makes you reliable, and a reliable person definitely evolves. All right? Okay, so the second slide, I told you I'm going to be really fast, so I don't do much gist. I had to separate it into emotion. I'm going to be dealing with emotions before I enter peer pressure. I had to separate it. I had to say emotion. So the E stands for energy. That's energy in motions. There are thousands, research shows that there are thousands of emotions in motion daily. And statistics had it that we make 35 decisions daily. When I saw this, I was actually in doubt. I mean, 35, how many hours we sleep, we eat. So is it that in our subconscious we are making decisions? I don't know, maybe that's why I look for trouble a lot. I decided in my mind, when I see Gloria, I just pinch her. I just do certain things. I'm trying to use myself as an example, but that is the result of the statistics, that we make 35,000 decisions daily. Please, who is that world record breaker here that is making 35? I want to meet you. Do we have the person here? Okay, let's not make it 35, 1,000 decisions daily. Excuse me, thank you. All right. So, we therefore should be able to own the control button to handling our emotions. It should be your responsibility that I saw. Sorry, ma'am, please, what's your name? Sorry? Beautiful, and I'm honored to be in your presence. I don't know you, but there's just something drawing me to you. What? It's not my boyfriend. I don't understand. Okay, so you, Ma, Priska, you have the ability, and every one of us here, we have the ability to own the control button to our emotions. So much should not determine how you feel. You know, feelings are very, 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 very fickle. Like, they are very, very deceitful, right? Like, I could be feeling very angry. Esther did not give me rice. I don't love rice. I'm just trying to use that example. Like, I'm like, Esther Paul didn't give me rice. So I'm very angry. And for that reason, I'm not coming to Evolve conference. Evolve like see film. I'm not watching film now. Let me be seeing people's faces I'm talking to. Thank you very much. Alright, as I was saying, we own the control button to our emotions. It's nice to see you, darling. Please help me celebrate her. Don't mind me, I love acknowledging people a lot because people are our assets, right? Okay. So we own the control button to handle our emotions, and it takes mental toughness and maturity to handle something as slippery as emotions. I don't know if you've seen a boss that just buga. Is it buga I'm supposed to use? Like the guy just lose guard. I don't know if you've seen somebody that just lose guard. And one of the things that could lead to that is pressure. Yeah, and just want to fall me. Don't fall me. Yes. So yeah, I like playing and just a lot, so I like combining them together. As I'm saying, it takes mental toughness and maturity to handle something as slippery as emotions. How many of you have been in a situation and then you said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Please, I need to see hands. Like, you've done it and you didn't mean to do it. And you're like, the next time, oh God, when I find myself in such a situation, I used to feel like a very bad person. Because normally I did not want to do it. But because emotions are very slippery, like okra soup. One of us like okra soup. Don't love you people. For me, I love you, ma. Can I have choice? I love you, ma. You love okra soup. Today I'm going to prepare okra soup. Okay. Alright, as I was saying, emotions are very slippery and it takes mental toughness and maturity. So how do you do that? This is Evolve Conference. As you evolve, as you learn things, from day to day, from time to time, there are certain things that will come to you. Some of them are personal. Some of them are the things that you will learn as a person, or from your mentors, or from from people around you and all. But it takes mental toughness. Barbara, I see you. I love you. It takes mental toughness to handle your emotions, to keep it in. Imagine that. Because I believe that Esther Paul put this together because she looks forward to a generation of girls, especially. Yes, girls especially. Thank you. Let me use it. Yes, I believe she looked forward to a generation of girls and men, with all respect, and men as well, that will change the narrative of their generation. Hence, she tagged it Evolve. Now, there is no way you are going to move from one step to another when you are relying on the emotions that was controlling you at this particular time. Am I clear, please? You are just looking at it. Don't worry, I'll soon go at the building. Alright. The ability to express and experience emotions is more important than you realize. Handling your emotions has a large role to play in your decision making. So I'm going to go over it again. Handling your emotions has a large role to play in decision making, relationship success, day-to-day success, your self-perception, and your emotional and physical well-being. I'll come again. Your decision making, your relationship success, day-to-day success, self-perception, emotional and physical well-being. How do you see yourself? I mean, if someone is feeling very down, it could affect your esteem as a person. Hence, it has dampened how you see. Oh, I'm not speaking too much grammar. It has made you to not see yourself well because of how you're feeling. I mean, I've seen people that at a certain age, maybe at their teenage age, They felt a particular way about yourself because of certain things that happened to them. And in that light, they had to transfer that emotion into how they see their selves. And that has spanned through their teenagehood into their early 20s, their early 30s. And then you come to a grown-up woman or a grown-up man and you ask the person, come and do this. And the person is like, I can't do it. Why? I'm telling you that I can't do it because that particular thing has made a benchmark of a particular kind of emotions that when you touch that place in that person, it just triggers it and the person has already seen himself down and all. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So your emotion, it also helps, like I was talking about your day-to-day success. Because you are angry, so nobody, you are fine. Because you are angry, so nobody should talk to you. I'm not in the mood, nobody should talk to me. And that day has gone. And come on, we are accountable to God. We have to make account for every second and every hour. And because of a particular emotion that you feel, you now brought down a whole 24 hours. I'm not in the mood. Nobody comes near me. I'm going to sleep. I just want to be alone. Many of us are familiar with that phrase. I want to be alone. Nobody should talk to me. This is not the time. And the whole day is dampened, is gone. Okay? Alright, so I'll just move quickly. So how do you know when there is a problem? How do you know when there is a problem? Emotions that regularly get out of hand might lead to relationship or friendship conflicts. I've seen, I've heard, I've witnessed good and time-blowing relationship that just crashed. It just shredded. Why? Because somebody felt a particular thing. And women, sorry to say, we are fond of that. Like, because of in the word beef, we are beefing each other. We have trashed and spoiled relationships that would have led to prosperity, that would have led to bliss. I mean, it's not only marriage that you can use the word bliss. There are certain relationships that you have, and you will be happy. In fact, there's no need. Madam Grothaus, Miss Gloria has already dealt with that, I'm very sure. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, when emotions get out of hand, and those things are very painful. I'm saying it because I have experienced it. There is a friend, my ex-friend, like, because of a certain emotion she let out, and we're not talking again. Like, for years now, that's how it just spoiled. And I know that if we're still together, I'm not saying that you must cling to someone because you want to, or that you shouldn't express your emotion or how you feel. I don't know if you understand. So you get to balance it. And also when you see that the relationship is getting so, like, it's eating you up. There are relationships that you know that you should go out, but be very careful with how you spill your emotions. That's just the bottom line of everything. Then emotions that regularly get out of hand might lead to difficulty relating to others. That also comes from the self-perception part, in that you don't want to talk to people because you're feeling under the weather, always under the weather. Trouble at work or school, and urge to use substances to help manage your emotions. Hence, we have, I don't know their names, but we have different drugs that helps us to, they say it helps to suppress, but I tell you, those things do not work. Because at the end of the day, that thing you're feeling, it will still surface. And you will still, and you will still do what you want to do, okay? And we have physical, emotional outbursts. Me, just happen. My life, we're getting worried, Delta spirit. Let it just, anything I want to happen, let it happen. As I'm here, forget that I will beat you. Or rather, I will do, we just get a lot of outbursts and it leads to so many imbalance in our decisions, all right? Okay, so on emotion part, an emotionally imbalanced person would produce an imbalanced family. An emotionally imbalanced person will misappropriate the use of power. I didn't say anything. Our leaders, I'm not entering politics. I'm not saying that our leaders, let me continue. An emotionally imbalanced person will make imbalanced policies. I did not say anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, I'm still very young. I beg. They should not find me. I did not say that they are the ones that they are not emotionally balanced. That's why they are making. So as I was saying, yes. Let's go to peer pressure. I have certain pictures. I really wish my slide was showing. That's hurting me. I'm going to express my emotions now. Okay. So I'm going to go over to peer pressure. So I have teenagers here. I saw Blessed International School.
Yes, ma'am.
Please let me see your hands. Wow. Thank you so much for coming. I love you from this side of the world. Thank you so much. Thank you for honoring my sister. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to talk about peer pressure now because my time is up, if not almost up. So peer pressure is simply when members of the same social group influence others of the same to do things they would otherwise choose not to do. Peer pressure is simply when members of the same social group influence others of the same to do things they would otherwise choose not to do. And as against the word pressure, sometimes it comes in a mild and subtle signal, and it spans through every category, and it spans through every age. You know, the word peer pressure has been streamlined to the teenagers, like the secondary, high school folks, and those in university. They're like, no, if your friend says this, don't do that. If you do this, don't do that again. But peer pressure spans through because we are in a world of people. We are in a world of people. And so long as you are around people, you will definitely be influenced, whether you like it or not. There is something about someone that will influence you, whether it comes to your subconscious or if it comes directly or indirectly. Okay? So every one of us, when I mean every one of us goes through the phase of peer pressure. However, how you handle it will determine your evolving pattern. You know, evolving, sorry, I like that word so much. It's like my second babe. Evolving, it's in two phases. It comes on the positive and it comes on the negative. So how you deal with it, or the choices you make and the people you interact with, and how you handle your emotions, as I said earlier, will determine which part of the evolving you want to do, if it's the positive or the negative, okay? Alright, so it's a general belief that we are basically hardwired to want to feel like we belong. Alright? Like me, whilst I was growing up, I was talking to Auntie Kere at the back. Auntie Kere, I was talking to Auntie Kere at the back. That's the CEO of Glitz Sprinters event. I was talking to her at the back and she was like, Blessing, you don't want to be fat. I told her that it's my destiny to be slim. No, seriously. How can somebody give birth and the person is still this slim? So everybody that everyone that has known me has always been like this. So if you see me fat tomorrow, just know it's a miracle. No, seriously. So that was one of the peer pressure. I'm trying to bring that because I personally felt that as a peer pressure. I had people that was telling me to take, what's the name? Cipron, yes. Whilst I was going in second, when I entered the university at first, even is like take Cipron, because people around this, I've always had fat people as friends. Yes, and they used to call us number 10, and we are so close. You can see me coming and I'm like, and she's all like this. You know? No, seriously, when I was serving my whilst we were in camp, promise. Then when I was in school, kids, like they are very fat, you know, like 6 of me, and they're fine. So, and me, I'm just like this. And they're like, take Cipron. It's not promise and kids. I'm talking about other people around me. They're like, Blessing, you're too slim. Can you just take this? Or Blessing, you're too slim. Can you just do that? Can you take, sincerely, I took Cipron. Yes, I took Cipron. Is that why I'm still slim? No, seriously, I took Cipron. But it didn't work. I took different things. I yielded to peer. That's what I was saying. I don't know if Esther Paul knew I had lots of peer pressure growing up. I took Cipron. I took different things because I wanted to feel belong. You know, there's this thing when we want to feel belong. Like I'm among the gang. Everybody has the yes. Thank you. Is that your name, ma?
Okay.
Ma?
Okay.
Okay. Aww. Nice to meet you. Yes, you want to feel among the crew. Alright, so we will hardwire to want to feel. The fact that everyone does something does not authenticate it. Or the fact that you're doing something different does not make you an outcast. if there is something that you would want to take on today from this woman, is that the fact that everybody is doing something does not mean that that thing is right. It does not authenticate it. And the fact that you're doing something different doesn't make you an outcast. Although there is a positive part of when everybody, like now the trend, everybody is going reels, videos. You know, you as a person, at least all of us have sense. Have sense, yes. So you as a person, you know the thing that you do that will catapult you, that will trigger you and make you better. However, be very careful. Be very careful because, like I said, peer pressure it comes in a subtle manner. It's very subtle. It just comes and you won't know when you start doing things. Okay? Alright, whilst I was preparing for this, I found out a term and it's called injunctive norms. I hope I pronounced it well. Well, I'll soon be out of your face. Don't come. There is a term tagged injunctive norm which tells us how the society thinks we should behave in certain situations. There's a particular verse of the Bible I love so much. It's in Zechariah, right? Yes. It talks about the measuring line. There was a man, the prophet was in a dream, and there was a man that had a measuring line that wanted to measure Jerusalem. And they're like, who told this man to measure Jerusalem? Tell the man that Jerusalem is like a city without borders. That has its own interpretation. But if I want to bring it here, the society has brought, or rather has fringed us into certain patterns of belief. I mean, that's called injunctive norm. They tell us how we should behave and how we should do in certain situations. If you are eating, don't use hands to eat eba. Don't walk like this as a lady. Don't talk like this as a lady. Don't sit down like this. You should sit down like that. Who told you? Who brought, like I keep asking, who made that rule? Can it not be broken? You know? So then we'll go to peer pressure triggers. That's the thing that peer pressure causes. It causes low self-esteem, or rather, what will make you give in to peer pressure? That's what I mean. Sorry. What will make you give in to peer pressure as a person, as you evolve, as you meet people? Low self-esteem when you don't see yourself well. I am a girl. My background is not nice. I don't deserve this. I'm not supposed to do this. You know, so when you're already feeling that and someone comes with a counter thought that seems to caress your I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, it seems to caress you. You're like, okay, let me do what they're saying. And at the end of the day, you are on your journey to becoming a different person. Alright? Let's say international schools. Can you hear me? Thank you. Okay, when you are being unaware will make you yield to peer pressure. Being unaware of who you are as a person and being unaware of your environment. Then lack of contentment. Okay, this one is very key. Like you want to have more than you can afford. No. If this is what you have today as a woman, as a girl, as a man, as a family person, as an industry person, in whatever field that you find yourself, if whatever you have is what you have, enjoy it, have fun in it. You know, my boss that I was working with at the particular time, he taught me something. It's called future relief. Future relief is something that you sit down and you think about how your future want to be, and then it just automatically make you forget where you are that is not pleasant now at the present. I don't know if you understand. Yes. So you could employ that. Like if there is so much pressure, I must wear this jeans. If I don't wear this jeans trouser, or rather if I don't go with this flight, or if I don't travel to this place, or if I don't do this, if I don't do that, it puts you under unnecessary pressure. Okay? Then you want to be a people pleaser. Like you want to be a people pleaser, hence you have to give in. No. Pleasing people at all times is very harmful. What did I say? Pleasing people at all times is very harmful. There should be a time where you should be able to stand on your own. I know, darling, I'm almost out. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Out. Alright. Then handling, last thing before I leave your face, handling peer pressure. How do you handle peer pressure as a person? You have to be informed and aware of your environment, who you are, and know your value system. What do you stand for as a person? What do you stand when you see Gloria Awaritafe? What does she stand for? Like they should be able to see her and they know that when I see her, this is who this woman is. When I see you, this is who this man is. Alright? Okay, then you have always take your vitamin N. And the vitamin N is no. Like when they come to you with so much vibe and the thing is looking so good, you're able to calm down and breathe and say no. Okay? Then be able to create boundaries. Like this place, this is the end. Don't cross here. There are certain things that should not pass this place. Alright, so that's how you handle your peer pressure. Now, if I want to sum it up as I leave your face, we all are humans. Alright? So, in as much as I've said these all points, we make mistakes. There are times that you will give in, there are times that your emotions will burst out, there are times that you feel like, this is a particular target that I want to meet. Why am I not meeting it? Why am I going down in my evolving process? But as you do that, sit down, take a deep breath, drink coke, eat okra soup, dance, laugh, do what makes you happy. Alright? Do what makes you happy and talk to yourself. Sometimes you can rehearse a mantra. You know a mantra now? Things that you say to yourself. Trust in God. You're going to be fine. It's not that deep. Alright? Thank you very much. I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
She's just a girl and she's on fire, hotter than a fantasy.